Welcome everybody to another episode of Uneducated MMA. I'm your host with the most wonder bear. And joining me, of course, is the BMF champion of the world, REG. Welcome back.
Feels good to be back.
Always a good time here at the Vibe Entertainment Studios.
Yes, sirLove being
We
here.
need pyrotechnics. Every week I'm here. Every
I
time I'm like,
know.
fireworks. I know we're indoors.
They told me no fire.
They said, we just spoke to the building manager. They were like, absolutely
Yo,
not.
Ariel, please, don't fire.
Especially after last time. We don't want to talk about last time,
Yeah,
but
last time was
especially
crazy.
the last
It was
time.
like the special episode.
I didn't know that the firemen can come through the ceiling like that. But
Yo, actually, there's like a
they haven't replaced that ceiling tile back there in a minute, bro. It's
there's
still
a fire
just a
escape
hole.
right here through the. Are you picturing like the one in Spider-Man, like the ones in New York? That got, like,
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought of. That's how Justin gets in and out of here when he has to change into a super suit.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, you built that fire escape. Yeah.
Yo.
I needed a way in and out. Shout out to Justin.
Shout out
That's
Justin.
mad funny. All right, we got a good episode today. We have a good episode today, as we always do. I feel like every episode's a banger. This week, we got another just huge list of random topics to go over because, man, there's been a lot that's been happening.
UFC's definitely been going crazy.
On a roll. Honestly, like I said, like right before that summer period, right before we get into that like motion of like International Fight Week, I feel like they put on some really good fights. Down to the fight nights, and we'll go over that.
Yeah.
Let's get started. We're gonna take a step back, like we did last week. We have to take a step back. Obviously, every 2 weeks we gotta take a step back real quick. Reassess, realign, readjust, other rewords. I don't know. UFC 327. Let's give a quick little recap. Not at all what I thought was gonna happen.
Not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new light heavyweight champion,
Crazy.
Carlos Ulberg. Not where I thought that fight was going,
At all.
and not where it was going from the beginning either.
The energy. You know what's funny is like I keep seeing the posture, the line
Yep.
test where it shows them at the face off, and it showed like Yuri was actually a little curved
Yep.
on his posture.
Pause. Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
crazy. It's a family
Damn,
show. What's wrong with you?
Olberg. what, man, you just gotta see the meme.
No, but I get you. They do it on it's been like the most recent thing that where like every time they'll have the main event, they'll have them just line up in front of each other, and whoever has the worst posture, they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yuri.
I think it's like 7 weeks in a row or so. They were correct.
I know that's why it's getting crazy, and I didn't want to believe it. Yuri was like, he had it.
He did. He was smooth. Like I said in the previous episode, it's the unpredictability of his strikes. Like you could tell the unorthodox stance that he was in, the ability to just find Ulberg's chin. Like he was worried. And then let's not forget, Ulberg's leg was also compromised. It seemed like honestly going into the fight, I remember talking about that there was like maybe an injury going on with him. That might have been the one.
Yeah.
And then clearly we saw that he had a problem. Honestly, they've said it themselves. If they let the round end, there was a chance that he wasn't going to go back out there because his leg was so bad.
Yeah.
I think what was it, like an ACL tear that he has now?
Yeah, which is tough. That's
a seal tearee, man, happens every time.
Man, that's a long recovery.
But yeah, well, then that's what a lot of people were talking about. Or he just got the light heavyweight championship from beating Yuri. Are you just going to relinquish the belt now?
Already vacated.
Like you just got the belt and you're now going to just be gone for what, like 9 months?
I'd be pissed. Imagine like you finally win the belt, and just off an injury like that, you have to just
Gets taken away from you?
Yeah,
It's a damn shame. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed. I feel like he is in a weird position now where it's like you got the belt, you earned the belt, you came back. I thought he was done for.
Bro,
He came back and he got
that's
him.
the thing about fighting. You could be getting your ass whooped the whole fight, but you land that knockout punch,
It's smooth, and you're there.
bro, that's your dub.
Yeah. So he was able to get the title like that, but I agree. I don't know what we do now. Like that's quite a bit of an injury that you gotta have to wait out. And if anything, like I mean, depending on the UFC and the leniency they have, maybe we take a little trip down south. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we take a little trip down south. We try some experimental.
Whatever Pantoja you're taking.
You know what I'm saying? whatever. Go on the Joe Rogan podcast. He seems to have a list of things you could take from Colombia that might be able to help you out.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure, but go and talk to him. But I do feel like it's going to be something like that where he's going to have to find a way to be able to recover a little quicker. But then I'd be a little worried going back in there of the confidence he has on that leg, especially when it comes to most likely it's going to be I feel like.
Who would he fight?
That's the thing I'm trying to think of where this will go. He most likely, I feel like, is going to end up facing Yuri again. In some weird way, I see if we're going to, this is me plotting this a little further down the road. Looking at who's in the top 5, let's say, with the light heavyweight, by the time we get there, there's a chance we see Yuri in an interim title spot, whether he's holding the belt already or he's challenging for an interim title belt.
Right, imagine him versus, Blachowicz?
Blachowicz. You almost got it. Where's the bottle? Blachowicz would be a contender. I mean, but the only thing with Blachowicz is like right now, man, it is a test of time with him when it comes to his age versus how active he is, man. Like I'm gonna be honest, like it seems like it's once a year he's able to fight, whether it be no opponent or something is holding him back from being able to fight more consistently.
I rarely see him fight.
And no, for sure. And that's a problem when you're trying to go for the title because people want to see your name and they want to associate you with the title shot.
It's like, how'd you even get to the state? Even he's been up there for a while.
He has, because like right now I'm looking at it. Ankalaev, Alex Pereira is still in there, even though technically I think they should, I guess, take him out. Yuri Prohaska, Jan Blachowicz is then 4th, and then Khalil Rountree is 5th.
Let's be real. We got to do Big Ankh.
Big Ankh, okay.
He was the one that actually did beat Chama.
He did.
So for him to lose, right?
Yeah.
The way the UFC kind of just like, all right, next. And
immediately. Nobody wanted him to be champion. Nobody wanted him to be champion.
I get it, but this is a champion.
Yeah.
A well-earned champion.
Yeah.
He deserves a chance to at least go for that interim and go up against Yuri maybe for that. I think you give him that shot next.
You know who's an interesting one that I'm looking at right now, whose name just appeared at a nice number 7 spot? Paulo Costa.
Yeah, after that dub.
So
he needs to know.
Paulo Costa light heavyweight championship run? I'm here for it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm kind of here for it. Paulo Costa versus Khalil Rountree.
He was kind of falling off a little bit.
He was, bro. But you know what it is? He had to go back. He had to get back on the secret juice. He's like Bane, you know? I feel like that's what it's like. He had to get back on the secret juice, get his mind right. He's back. The eraser seems
back
to
on
be
that
back.
Brazilian steroid.
Ew. Secret juice. Secret juice. All right. Secret juice TM, you know?
Yeah.
I think for him, he just had to get his mind back right. He was, like I said, he was a dominant challenger going up into the Izzy fight. Had that Izzy fight, and then from there, it's kind of been like, bro, where's that guy been? Like the more active, more in your face, the more aggressive guy, the eraser Paulo Costa. It seems like he's back. So him at light heavyweight, he could make a run. Because I'm going to be honest with you, the other names that I've seen here, they've already gotten a title shot recently, and it's going to be that situation, like I said, with Yuri. It's going to be recycling the same like 2 or 3 fights over and over again.
This right now is the perfect time. When Alex Pereira's not in it.
Yeah.
He's moved up.
It is weird they still have him ranked, though.
As light heavyweight?
Right now, this for you guys to know, we're filming this, what is this today? April 21st? Yeah, April 21st.
Yeah.
So they've already updated the list already of everybody in the rankings, and Alex is still sitting there, even though apparently he's moving up to heavyweight. So I don't know what's happening.
He has to, finish a fight, maybe? To be even ranked as a heavyweight?
Maybe he has to actually be in a heavyweight fight for them to then move him.
Like attempt.
I mean,
because it was a while before I seen Topuria move up.
Yeah, you're right.
He was in even Max Holloway. Remember Max Holloway was stuck?
Yeah, you have to. Maybe that's what it is. You just have to actually compete in that weight class, and then it'll update it.
Maybe, yeah.
Because right now he's sitting at number 2, so it seems like at any point that you can just come back for a title shot, big homie.
Yeah,
whenever you want it, it's there, up to you. So we'll see if he actually decides to do something like that. Because right now it's looking a little mixed, but by the time Carlos Ulberg heals up and he's back, I can see a situation where he's fighting Yuri again. With all those names we just said, unless we get some weird action in the next couple months, Yuri is really one of the guys that can really beat most of these dudes.
Exactly.
Or already has. So
he's already on I think he's just at a different level. He was just playing with his food. Pause.
Yeah, and then one of those things too. We both said it. He was winning the fight at the beginning. I think that you can kind of work your way into a rematch off of that alone. Be like,
Yeah.
you got lucky. Like, you can kind of go off of that.
No, for sure.
I don't know if necessarily that's going to be the path that Yuri goes. He's more honorable in the ways of the samurai. But
Yeah, that was a lesson learned. He looks at it as.
he said he was showing, bro. It's literally the UFC skit that Key and Peele did, where it's like the one guy who goes, "I'm gonna knock his ass out, round one, bitch," and then the other guy's like, "I will show him no mercy.
Yeah.
I will take his soul from his body." It gets kind of like that because Yuri was like, in a moment of weakness, I showed mercy." Like, he just says it like so stoic. It's like, Yuri, no, bro, you just zigged when you should have zagged and you got caught. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Bro,
Sorry.
like he did, in a sense he did show mercy where he could have, like, you see he's injured, bro, take him out.
Here's what I'm saying.
You see him like limping around.
I will say it'd be different if it was like, all right, I showed mercy because I saw his leg was messed up, so I decided not to completely obliterate his leg, and I just went for the face. Like, I get that part. If you were like, I kept every shot upstairs, and I just, decided to not end his career, I totally understand that. If he was like, I decided not to throw an oblique kick and completely take out his knee when I saw him limping, I get you showing mercy. But you were actively trying to take him out against the cage, and he clipped you, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You got clipped. Like, it's just, it happens. It happens to the best of them.
He got to finish that fight. Like, you see him hurt like that, you got to knock this nigga out.
Just blood in the water. Maybe he'll get that title shot again. I think that Yuri's somebody that, like, he's going to stay in that top 4 spot for a long time. Yeah. It's going to be, especially because, like, dude, I'm even looking at, like, the bottom of the 15, and there's just not a lot of big names that are making big moves. Like I said, it's a wild thing to say, but, like, Paulo Costa has a big shot right now. He's technically new blood.
Hamzat makes a jump.
He could. I think Dana has a big problem with these guys getting belts and moving so fast, so I think he might have a, like, hey, bud, listen, as much as you want to, I will not give you a fight for a while.
He kind of looks like he could be light heavyweight.
He could. I think there are bigger framed people in heavyweight, like, weight-wise, I think he can kind of match them, but in terms of, like, frame, I think there's going to be some challenges. Like, dude, some of these guys are tall as shit. Like, bro. Yeah. Bro, some of these dudes are, like, over 6'4". So, like, it's a little daunting. Like, I know Hamzat's a taller guy himself, but, like, I don't know, man. I think his wrestling skill is going to be enough for him to be able to handle the majority of this division. It's one of those things of, like, as you see, you get up to light heavyweight and heavyweight, there's not a lot of talent there. So, you can make moves pretty quick. Again, I go back to Paulo Costa. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of selling myself.
Bro.
Paulo Costa going light heavyweight run? Sign me up.
Who else?
Who's next?
Well, you think he's fighting Roundtree?
Bro, I'm telling you, he's sitting at 7. Roundtree's at 5. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Sign me up. I feel like that'd be
I think he needs one more, and if he performs on that one, he's definitely on a champion.
Because, like I said, let's assume that Alex is fully out of these rankings. Let's adjust that a little bit. So then we got Big Onk. We got to put it right. Big Onk at 1.
Why am I a fan? I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
The nickname.
It's just the nickname.
I think it's the nickname.
The nickname sells it 100%. We got Big Onk, who's definitely not running his own social media. We got Big Onk at 1. Then we'll move Yuri up to 2. Jan would be 3. Khalil at 4. And then Jamal Hill would be 5.
Jamal Hill. I forgot he existed.
I know.
Holy. Where has he been?
Around. He's been in the crowd. I've seen him in the crowd. He's always like,
who could he fight?
He can fight Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
I mean, so
that was like
Paulo. He just beat. It was Azamat was the guy he fought, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he just beat Azamat, who's sitting at 8. Dominic Reyes is sitting at 9, and he just. I don't know, man. Light heavyweight's looking bad.
Yeah, it is.
You see what I'm saying? The eraser for the title shot is right there. That's what I'm here for. Sign me up. I'm making. That's gonna be the push from this show going forward. It's just Paulo Costa to the title. I'm with it.
Yeah, why not, man?
Honestly,
it brings a little bit more excitement to the weight class because right now it's a little.
I have my personal favorites. There's my biases that I have in this weight division. Do not get it twisted. But, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't think it'd be really funny to see Paulo just being like, yeah, man, middleweight was just I tried my best, but then I just went to light heavyweight and we just started cooking. Like, I don't know. These guys aren't that good.
It's just like fucking.
I think that'd be the funniest move forward.
Sometimes that weight cut makes it more difficult
It
for
does.
these guys.
Maybe he feels a little
So
more confident now.
malnourished when you get to,
Yeah.
bro, you're so that's when you think about weight cutting and how extreme it is. You're literally like so malnourished right before having to fight for your life.
Bro, the fact that you'll be like, yo, how much do you walk around? And they'll be like 220. And they'll be like, what do you fight at? 170 pounds? Like, what are you telling What are you telling me right now?
You gotta just in a couple months maybe less,
if weeks, really.
weeks, bro.
Yeah.
you have to lose 50 pounds.
When they're doing
extremely like an hour in the sauna,
the embedded
Yo,
episodes
bro.
where they get to the weight cuts and you just see someone's just wrapped up in the weird tin foil and they're just
they're moving like they got freaking what's it called?
Then you can see the life force leaving their eyes. The coach is gonna be like, stay with us. Like,
Yo, Brian Ortega, that one.
It's so bad, bro.
They be looking like they died
a
up
few
there,
weeks
bro.
ago. The clip that kept going around, it's horrible. Hey,
Yeah.
it's sad because these guys go through a lot. But you have Michael Bisping talking shit in front of the stage like these guys are professionals. They need to make weight. Weight cutting is not that hard. This is a part of your job. And then the dude behind him that just got on the scale that made weight gets off, takes 2 steps, and just face plants because he passed out from being malnourished. I'm just like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? That guy walks around 30 pounds heavier than he's fighting right now.
Bro, I hit the sauna the other day for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was so malnourished the rest of the day. I had a headache for the rest of the
Yo,
day.
I feel horrible.
I didn't get enough electrolytes back.
Hey, I'll tell you this. You definitely don't have a staff of people behind you to make sure you're good.
So I can only imagine that because they be going in there for like an hour,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Like
Yeah.
getting freaking cooked in there.
Yeah, bro.
Until they lose weight.
And you know what? This is where I feel bad for like the Kayla Harrisons of the world because like, listen, she is just a big old strong lady. You know what I'm saying? That is a woman right there. And she got a cut, I think maybe 30 pounds or something like that, just to be able to fight. Like she gets on death's door because that is the only option she has. It's different for everybody else that you have like maybe you don't perform the best at, like let's say you walk around at 170. Cutting down to 155, not the hardest thing in the world, a little bit more manageable, but you're not the best at 155. 145, you're killing it though.
Yeah.
But you got to cut down to 145.
Yeah.
Like that sucks. Now imagine there is no other option. Like you can't just try your best at 155 and at least have that option. You have to cut down. Like that's where she's at right now. So like those situations are just unfortunate. Like if you want to be able to compete at the highest level and have
too
this
strong.
fame,
She out here too strong. It's like
too strong. It's not such thing,
it's
bro.
like when you're like too jacked and you're trying to still fit into that medium-sized shirt. It's just like
Is that what you think of? Too jacked for sure, bud.
You just trying to force yourself into the division.
Yeah.
Like you literally should be in the freaking.
Well, hey, when she was fighting in the PFL, she was fighting at a heavier weight class. This is the UFC. After Amanda Nunes left, they were like, "There's no point in having this one."
Like I'm literally like way too heavy, but I'm gonna force myself into this division.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's no other option for her. I think with the weight cutting, bro, you're just gonna have like too many situations where people are gonna have to figure out a weight class and try to make it work, but at the same time, you're gonna have to figure out a way to carve a path if you can. So that's what I'm saying. Like Paulo Costa found a way. If you can make a run at if you can make a run at 205 instead of 185, why not?
Yeah, man.
Why not? If it's there, if you're not in a I said,
you won't be so freaking malnourished. Think about the 24 hours later, they gotta fight for their life, bro. After you see them as
they're just sitting there, just like
a skeleton making weight, and they just like,
bro, it's so bad. I never want to experience something like that, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this is the guys. This is why I say we speak on the sport, but we're not gonna participate in this. We have all the admiration and all the love for the fighters because as much shit as we talk, they go through it, man. Like it doesn't matter what happens. That's why, listen, I am one of those people where like I do speak that I'm not a big fan of weight cutting, but I also do understand that this is their profession, and I also understand that like I get upset when one person puts themselves through a lot to get and make that weight, and the other person's like fucking 3-4 pounds heavier. I'm like, all right.
Like, whoops.
I'm like, all right. Yeah. Like,
my bad.
Because then in my brain immediately goes to like, I mean, I know there's other things that could happen to people, but in my brain immediately goes to like, you didn't work as hard as this other person. But I shouldn't have to think that way. Like in my brain, it should really be. I agree. I agree with Mr. Rogan. I do think there should just be more weight classes, more belts. Why not? I feel like, but then you have the problem of people, the boxing thing where you're like, why does this guy have 7 belts?
Yeah,
like
you got the WBO, the WBA, and the WBC.
So like maybe we don't let people become multiple champions, but maybe we open up the rosters and we kind of get more people in and we get more weight classes. Because like I'm gonna be honest with you, like I really want to know. Like I know heavyweight, it's like I think 265 is the limit. I want to know if there's the fighters out there that they're like, no, I'm heavyweight, but I'm 295.
I'm 300 pounds.
Yeah, I fight at
through a brick
325.
Wall.
Yeah, like I want to know if those people exist, and then it's like
world's strongest man versus world's strongest man in a UFC fight.
We'll see. I wonder if it probably out there. There's got to be somebody that is fighting in some sort of organization out there that's just like, I'll move over to the UFC, and they're just gonna be some like dominant force, and they're like 285, just beast, and they're like, I cannot cut the two.
Imagine Brock Lesnar goes back to UFC.
He just retired from the WWE.
Right.
Shout out to that dude. Yeah, man. One other thing I want to cover on 327 before we move on. It's the thing everybody and their grandmother was talking right up after. Josh Hokich versus Curtis Blades. Yeah. Dude.
What in the fuck?
You're not a fan? He didn't win you over?
Not at all.
No? Mama. None of that?
I was more disappointed in Curtis Blades.
The way you messaged the group chat afterwards, I like a disappointed father. I had never seen you just so like
embarrassed. Like, it's like when you're like, how do I put this? I don't even know how to say this without. Let's just move on.
Let's just move on. All right. What I'm gonna say, 2 things. One, that had been one of the most entertaining fights I've seen in a very long time. Man.
Especially in the heavyweight division.
100%. I know a lot of people were throwing it out there. Is that one of the greatest heavyweight fights of all time? Shit, maybe. I'll tell you, it's one of the most entertaining fights I've seen in a long time. I think as much as we enjoyed the skillful and all that kind of stuff, when 2 dudes just go in there and they're just like, what is technique? I'm just going to try to put you down.
Yeah.
We love that.
We're just going to haymaker each other, pause, until someone gets killed in here. Yeah,
I feel like the mentality of like
power punch.
I could go and try to be technical, and I could try to like maybe get him up against the cage, slow him down, maybe work my way around, like go for a takedown. Is there, but they're like, man, this guy was talking shit. This guy was talking shit. And then I know you don't like him, but let's not lie. Josh Hokich just rocking around, and every 30 seconds just like flipping off Curtis Blades was, bro, he had me. He got me. The WWE fan in me, like, he got me.
I felt I was embarrassed.
I was embarrassed. You were a disappointed father. We get it, man.
Curtis Blades supposed to be the well-experienced.
And he was. Listen,
he let this person freaking. You seen his face, bro? Yeah. You see how bad he was leaking?
But you can't lie.
You know why he stayed like the whole like fight? He would have been knocked out. I feel Curtis Blades.
I don't think so, man.
But his will, I could read it. Like, he was not going to let this man knock him out.
Fair.
Like, I'm not letting this.
He's like, I can lose, but I'm
not getting knocked out by this character right here.
I get you.
Even though I'm freaking getting pieced
I
up.
Could tell. I could tell, by the way. I could tell how, like, much you're trying to be, like, as respectful as possible, and I appreciate that about you.
Right. I'm trying to not,
you're like,
say something
dude,
crazy.
Like, listen, I understand. He is the veteran in the sport. He should be the more experienced guy, but let's not lie and sit here and say that Josh Hokich so far hasn't shown that he can hang with a good amount of the heavyweights. He's pretty impressive in terms of like his ability to stand in there. Like for me, I'm not gonna lie, there was some shots that Curtis landed where I'm surprised that Josh wasn't knocked out. Like I was surprised that he was able to stand in there for the entire 15 as well. Looking back at it, there were a lot of moments where like you could tell the power in Curtis's shots weren't really there as much near the middle to the end of the fight. So, like, I can see where Josh was like, all right, I can hang in here a little bit longer. But man, I just thought he was just going to get gassed out. I feel like they both just looked exhausted by the end. I was waiting for one of them to just drop. You know when they get to that point
I
where
must admit, like
they throw like that one punch that it's just so much like energy goes in it that they just end up falling over.
Yeah.
Like one of those situations, and the other guy just gets them. But nah, man, they were able to stand in there the entire time and go to the decision. But
I must admit, dude got heart. You know what I'm saying?
I'm tuning in. He got me. I'm tuning in.
But I'm not a fan of the antics, man.
Nah, I'm not
I
either.
don't like that extra shit. Like I really don't like the the WWE type shit.
Yeah.
Bringing that into fighting. Imagine seeing that if you were a boxing fan and seeing somebody go into boxing acting like that. I don't know.
I like a
the
persona. I like a thing about him, but like I will say this one's a little off-putting. I think that's the only thing. But I'll tell you right now, all over the entirety of my social media feed was just him. Interviews, press conferences, everything, pre-fight, post-fight, everything, him. So
what can you say? You walk the walk. You know what I'm saying?
We had a brand new champion, and everything was Josh. So you got to say something about that.
He ain't no Waldo, though.
He ain't no Waldo, absolutely not. No one's no Waldo. Moving on, past weekend, man, UFC Fight Night in, what was it, Winnipeg? Shout out Winnipeg.
Canada.
We're going to get a studio up there soon. I already talked to the people. We're gonna
Ice like Winnipeg. Sorry.
Okay. All right, word. That's going to be the title of the new album. Yeah, so Gilbert Burns versus Mike Malott. Mike Malott beat Gilbert Burns by TKO, and as a result, Gilbert Burns laid down the gloves and retired.
God damn.
What a career.
Yeah, man.
What a career. Shout out to Mike Malott on the win. Let's get, first and foremost, I'm going to do this respectfully. I feel like you got to give him his W first, and then we'll get into Gilbert Burns. Impressive performance.
Impressive, man.
Like, I put my pick out.
I didn't know Canada had...
GSP was out there. The energy of GSP was in the area, you know what I'm saying? And the Canadians were like, all right, let's get after it.
When we did our picks, I did select him because I saw the odds, and it made me wonder, like, I don't really know dude like that, but why is he not the underdog against Gilbert Burns?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Maybe he got this.
I've seen a couple of Mike Malott's fights. He's a good scrapper. I feel like he's definitely like I would describe it like the hungry contender. Like he wants to make his. It's not even like go for belt. It's make his name known. He's also big on representing his country. He's big on Canada.
I was about to say that like whenever there's like a card with a bunch of, let's say we're a card in Brazil.
Yep.
And there's a lot of Brazilians on the card. It's just the fact that you're fighting in your country with that type of energy supporting you, I always give them the advantage.
Yeah.
Because that's a whole different type of energy.
Yeah, you walk out there, your crowd is like,
man, especially in Canada,
hyping you up. You know what I'm saying? You get that energy of like, yo, we're here. Like,
everybody trying to see you beat this dude. Like,
exactly.
And the energy is crazy.
And plus, you walk out there, you just see all the flags of the people supporting you. I feel like it brings a different energy to you. Like the motivation is there.
You defending your country right there.
That's why on the flip side, I always love the fighter that's just like, I love going into enemy territory. Anytime I go into like an arena and there's just a bunch of people booing me, I feed off that. I'm like, you gotta have a different mentality.
Knock them out in there like in a way,
bro. One of my favorites is Jorge Masvidal knocking out. Damn, why am I blanking on his name right now? I literally just had it too. Darren Till. When he knocked out Darren Till, and it was just him just walking around like, now what? Because everybody just got silent as they were just cheering on Darren Till. Just your hometown boy got knocked out. But yeah, it was just an impressive performance from Mike Malott. I feel like he is somebody that I've watched now on like fight nights and such, which this was a fight night, but in the sense of like make his way up to the main event. Like I've seen him from prelims all the way up now. I think he deserves to be in the top 10. I think that he's going to be a contender for sure.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to pose a problem for some people, but I'm intrigued to see once he gets to the more experienced kind of like top 5 that are, we'll say, fresher than Gilbert Burns, how he handles himself, because I'm not going to lie.
Have to like win a couple wars,
dude,
to get up there.
170 is interesting.
Yeah, it is, right?
It's going to be very, very interesting for our boy. Let's see. Yeah. Now let's move on to the sad part about it, the upsetting part about it. Gilbert Burns just, damn.
I know.
I don't like when they lay down the gloves and they're just like, I know after a loss they take the moment, they understand that this is okay. No longer can I hang with these guys, But when they put down the gloves and they're just getting so emotional, I'm just like, this is not the way I want to see you go out, bud.
Bro.
Because those are the ones where I know, dude, I'm telling you, in a year, he's gonna be like, I don't know, man. I was hitting the pads and I felt good, and I might want to get another fight because you know what I mean. Like you're like the same way that I'm playing a game late night with the boys, and I'm like, yo, I can't end a loss.
Yeah.
Can't end a loss, man.
No, bro. I don't know.
And I'm not gonna lie,
I wouldn't be surprised if he returns.
With a Gilbert Burns, like I could 100% see them having a card in Brazil in like a few months, and then bringing him back to have another fight, and him being like, "Yeah, I want to actually fully retire." Having another fight, and they giving him a challenger that's like, "You can beat this guy." This is he's a layup. Here's a layup. You know what I'm saying? Get the Cub Swanson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Cub Swanson.
We're gonna give you. You know what I mean? We're gonna give you a little. We're gonna give you a little. There you go. And then we're gonna play you a nice little package. We're gonna make sure you get your thank yous and whatnot in front of your people. Like we'll do something like that. I feel like that's something that they might do. So
I'd hate to like just like I already have planned like this is my last fight. Fuck it, win or loss. And then you lose and you gotta like, I gotta fall through with this.
That's the thing is I feel like when you have that thought, you already have like kind of that doubt going into the fight. So then you're not at the You're not at the peak while you're going in there.
You're already just like ready to go through that door.
The doubt is already there, and it's already going to be a problem.
Like, you're okay to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not going to say he was. I feel like Gilbert Burns is always a dog when he goes in there, and he was showing it too. Like I feel like he was like, if you're gonna win, you're putting me down. Like there's not, dude. He what is it, a year or two ago when he fought Hamzat? Like everyone was like, whoa, Hamzat can bleed. Like there's a chance. Like he's that guy, man. He's that guy. Gilbert Burns is my favorite like fighter to pick in any UFC game I've ever played that he's available, dude. Play as Gilbert Burns. I'm telling you, you see like, especially I'm telling you, if you're into just like the crispness of like boxing within the game. I will say there's some better ones like Eli Tapori and stuff like that. But like, I'm telling you, Gilbert Burns, bro, I'm clean with Gilbert Burns, bro. I'm clean.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's just upsetting to see him go. I feel like that was a guy that like, for most of his of my UFC watching time, he has been somebody that's always been there. Him versus Kamaru Usman was a scrap, bro. Right. That was just absolute scrap. I'm upset to see him go. I hope that they give him one more fight and he gets a proper send off.
It's just another reminder that this new era is here. Like
it is, man. This is the passing of the torch. This entire like
year.
This year entirely, we've seen, I think like 3 people already kind of like go that we were like fan favorites of, or even that we've seen kind of like, I don't know, man. We've watched it for the last few years, just in several fights that have been so memorable that now we're like, what do you mean we're not going to be able to see these people fight again? Like, what do you mean? Dustin Poirier, I still haven't gotten over, man. Like,
I think that's crazy.
It's
he's
insane.
I know he's not over it.
And then we're gonna listen. We're getting to the point, man. I'm telling you, like, let Justin Gaethje lose this one, bro. Like, guys like him too. Like, they're gonna just be like, I'm wrapping it up, man. I'm gone.
Man.
Like, I'm telling you, we're gonna see. It's a whole new guard, bro. It's a whole new wave. You gotta start. That's why I tell you.
Izzy's losing.
Don't sleep on the prelims because you gotta start.
Usman is winning a little bit.
He is. Yo, Usman. We were talking about title shot.
I know.
We were still talking about Usman's title shot a couple months ago.
I know. We definitely were. So I went.
Usman, he still be there. He's just, you know what it is when you get to like that part of your career when you're like where Usman's at, you are picking and choosing because you get the right to do so. Yeah. And shout out to you. Like you only have a handful left. Make sure that you're getting paid well and it makes sense. And if you get a title shot opportunity, you take it. Like things like that. Like I understand the guys that are like, I don't care. I'm gonna challenge the young and hungry up and comers, and I'm still gonna go for like the title contenders. Good, you do you, but like let's play it a little smart. You know, if you have a name and you get paid very well every time you show up, and you have 4 fights left, maybe you don't fight 15. Maybe you fight 6. Maybe you fight 3. Right. Shit, maybe you wait around until you get to fight 1 or 2. You know, like just because of your name alone. Yeah. But don't go out fighting number 15. Yeah. You know, don't let that be you. I understand the whole thing of like letting the passing the torch and letting the young kind of build a name off of your back or something like that. But like I don't know about all that. Have some respect for yourself.
Yeah, for real.
Let's see what else happened that card. Charles Air Jourdain beat Kyler. Yo, I love that name, bro. Yeah, right? Beat Kyler Phillips via decision. Yo, Charles Air Jourdain. 2 things. 1, follow him on social media. Hilarious. 2, yeah, pretty funny. 2, He's just an awesome striker, bro.
Yeah.
Any fight that I've seen him in, man, is so exciting. I want nothing but the best for that guy. I feel like now he's found himself in a newer weight division where he feels a little bit more comfortable, and I'm seeing that the progress is being shown. I like what I'm seeing so far. Let's see if he can keep the momentum rolling. Potential contender. That's what I'm going to say on that. Kyler Phillips, still crisp. I feel like even in defeat, he still showed that he's able to kind of hang in there. I feel like he's somebody that'll kind of stick around. I don't necessarily think contendership when it comes to him, but I feel like he's somebody that also puts on entertaining fights. Anytime I've seen him, I say the same thing. God, I hate your name. Who looks at a baby and goes, I'm going to name you Kyler? But the second thing I say is pretty exciting, though. Pretty exciting.
Kyler.
You see him in the pre-fight, and he's got like the long, flowy hair. He looks like a Kyler. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's over here, just like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go in there, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes in there. He got the rose. You know what I'm saying? And he scraps. So
meant to be Kyler.
I don't know about that. Meant to be Kyler is crazy.
The hair?
Yeah, I guess so. Your baby just comes out. He just has a full head of lettuce. You're like, Kyler.
Yeah, he looked like a Kyler.
He looked like a Kyler. It's crazy. In my brain, immediately going Dominican, you took two names and you put them together and you came up with Kyler, because that's what Dominicans be doing. Shout out to every one of my siblings.
Kyle.
That's exactly how they're named.
Kyle and...
You got it?
I don't know.
I was going to go with Taylor, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Jai Herbert beat Mendel Nalo. Bro, you want to talk about a crazy comeback KO? That was it.
Yeah.
Bro, Jai Herbert, the thing that everybody and the grandmother kept talking about him is he's the guy that almost knocked out Ilia Topuria. They always play that clip of that one guy that almost knocked out Ilia Topuria, that head kicked the wall with him, but then Ilia ended up beating him. Whatever. We don't talk about that part, though. This one was one where I picked Jai Herbert to win, but I was not expecting the beginning of the fight to go the way it was. What's this dude's name? Mandel was really putting the mitts on him. And this is one where I was like, yo, like, I picked horribly wrong, guys. I'm so sorry. Like, you know when a fight is going so south, you're like, I put this out publicly. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, it was one of those. But then, dude, this is where you see that the veteran experience kicks in, man. You can be put in a bad situation. You can see that the fighter may look like they're going down, but, yo, they're really just kind of collecting themselves. They're actually not getting hit as much as you think. They're actually slipping these shots. They're blocking these shots. And that's exactly what Jai Herbert was able to do. And he was able to clip him, and he was able to make his way back. And I was like, yo. This card's good, man.
Bro, honestly, I said it before the fights, too. Like...
Yeah, go ahead and say your statement, because that was the perfect way to say it, bro.
Like wait, what?
You were like, the ones that have a name that you cannot pronounce and you don't even know are some of the best fights you've ever seen.
Yo, for real. Like,
they were like, someone's
like
gonna die.
When you see, like, the card is just complete trash, just know that is going to be the best fucking card you've ever seen.
Prelim to main event. I was like, this card is just insane, bro.
People getting knocked out left and right. But then you'll get the perfect card with the superstar fighters, and the shit won't perform like you expected.
Absolutely not. Even the decision wins, they were like back and forth wars. You're like, yo, what is happening on this card right now?
People are leaking.
Honestly, it's one of those ones where, like, listen, it was a big moment, but I'm not gonna lie. I think the excitement kind of went away after. By the time we get to the main event, I was like, I don't know if I got it in me, bro. I feel like I've stood up and went, like too many times already. Like,
how often do you ever like? It's been a little bit since I've seen someone get like one punch, not like
smooth.
Yeah, like lights out like that.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Bro, he went stiff, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been
Lights
a while.
out.
It's been a while since we had a card like that, but like we were talking about at the beginning of the show where like this part of the year where they're leading into like International Fight Week in June where like they're just putting out banger cards, cuz 327 we were saying it in, like when we were texting we were like this might be the card of the year so far. Like 327 was one of those where we're like, yo, from early prelim to main event, it has been nothing but absolute banger fights. Like, and that's kind of where we're at right now. Where like these fight nights that we're putting on, like
these guys getting paid nothing to just fight for
and
their
they're
life.
killing each other, man.
I need this 10K.
I need this 10K.
Yo,
so
fighting for their life, bro.
Bro, that's so funny. Yeah, the one that I wanted to give a shout out to that was actually in the prelims. Let me see if I got this name right. Mauricio Barbosa, right? He fights at 145. This was the like I guess you can say like the main event of the prelims. I guess is the way you word it. The one right before they go to the main card. Yeah, Mauricio Barbosa, and this is the way I worded it in the notes. Mauricio Barbosa on the prelims absolutely eliminating Dennis Bazooka. Dude.
Yo.
I've seen some pretty crisp combos.
Man.
But when my dude landed that final punch and you saw that dude just go full ironing board and just drop to the floor, I was like, yo.
It's like, damn, I miss seeing something like
Because
this.
here's the thing, bro. I had to put it in there. Why do you have so much power at 145 pounds?
Yo.
Bro, listen, we walk around the studio, and we some grown men. We're all, for the most part, pretty tall. I feel like we're all pretty bigger built men. And I'm like, all right, I feel like this is a pretty secure room. And to think that a guy at 145 pounds could obliterate every person standing in this room right now.
145, just put your lights out.
Put your lights clean
like, bro,
out.
How?
It's insane.
The thought of that is kind of crazy just thinking about it.
Dude, there's so many of them that just walk around this earth, man. That's why I say, if you see somebody with cauliflower, you speak to them with respect. It's yes, sir.
You
yes,
earned
ma'am.
those ears.
You earned those ears, man. It's insane. Like, I was not prepared to see, like, when I say shut him out, like, shut him out. Shout out to Mauricio Barbosa, somebody I'm going to be watching going forward. 145 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Keep tabs on.
Barbosa.
Bro, I feel like with him, he's gonna do some interesting stuff in this division. I just feel like to have that kind of power at 145, you see guys like Ilia Topuria showing stuff like that. But for the most part, when you had that division, you have guys reigning supreme. It's like volume, and then they get you out of there. What's it called? Max Holloway, for an example, he's somebody that's there. You have a Volkanovski, who I feel like Volkanovski KOs people, but I feel like he's one of those guys, the same idea. It's like volume, and then he'll get you out of there. I don't know. Let's see. Jasmine Jasudavicius beat Karine Silva, which honestly, Jasudavicius, I went with her because it was, like you said, hometown advantage in Canada. Karine Silva, I feel like, has been on an uptick, so I was like, oh, maybe she's doing some exciting stuff, but Jasudavicius was able to do it. By the way, I don't know if you saw the story. Apparently, she was fighting with a zin in her mouth.
With the.
I saw a clip earlier where she was like,
dinger.
it was gum, and I'm like, was it? Was it? Or do you want us to believe it?
Unchewed gum.
I feel like having
that shit was a perfect square.
I know, right? I didn't even register that it was a perfect square.
It was like a clear zin.
She had
a little pouch.
She had. I feel like chewing gum with a mouth guard doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
I don't. You gotta
Zin though, yeah. I mean,
choke on the.
Imagine that flying out. Herb Dean's like, hold on, put your Zin back in your mouth. Like,
I thought it was a tooth at first.
That'd be insane. She just flips it around, puts it back in. Like, what do you? I know these fighters are tough, but damn.
I thought when I first see the little clip of it, I was like, oh, is that a tooth? Nah, it's a Zin. And I had to read it and be like, oh shit, it's a Zin.
It's a full blown Zin, bro. No, but apparently she had gum in her mouth. According to her, I don't know.
I don't believe it.
She though is somebody who I feel like this is the weird part that everybody always talks about, because my mom raised me right is the way I'm gonna start the sentence, and I was told to not speak on a woman's age.
Oh,
is the way I'm gonna go about it. But for someone her age, she's a contender. For most of the divisions, for someone up there, I mean, you wouldn't, and she's not even that, you know what I'm saying? But, respectfully. But that's the thing that gets brought up a lot with her. I think she's very skillful, very talented. She has a lot of speed. I feel like she's able to clearly control these contenders pretty well. I feel like Karine Silva, I thought was going to have the speed advantage on this fight, and she did not. Man, I feel like there's only the things you can say is that she's someone to watch. You can't pronounce her last name for shit. Trust me, the way it's spelled.
I didn't even know you were saying like a name.
Jasudavicius.
When you first started saying it, I didn't know it was.
Do you want to know how I know how to say that name? I wouldn't be able to if it wasn't for Ariel Helwani's show.
Okay.
Because they have like the sound drops and shit like that they'll play throughout like an episode, and one of them is her saying her name. Because it looks like that. I'm telling you, bro, I do a lot of prep work when it comes into this show. It may say uneducated, but I try my best. Some of these last names, bro, belt to ass every time.
I struggle for sure.
I want you guys to look it up right now. I'm saying it, Jasmine Jasudavicius. That is the way I'm saying it is definitely not how it's spelled, bro. There's a lot of extra letters in there that shouldn't be there. But
I've seen it. And I know I can't say it.
And I know I can't say it.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I feel like If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't know. But shout out to her. Let's see, who else?
You definitely do a good job of pronunciations.
And you know, man, when you watch enough of this content, and you hear other people say them, or you watch the interviews and they say their own names. Shout out to them for saying their own names.
Yeah,
Because I'm telling you,
and growing up, remember they used to like just fuck up everybody's names.
Bro,
you know what? When you do attendance every day, they just fuck up everybody's
they figured it out. They tried their best.
Bro, imagine them trying to do this type of attendance.
Aaron Balake, we know. We have like Bruce Buffer, for example. Like, yo, have you seen what his note cards look like? It's literally like I need to have the exact pronunciation of this person's name, and it's spelled out phonetically because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, you got to think like you have names from all over the world. These spellings and the way that they're actually pronounced are very different. So like, you may think you know how to say them, but then, like I said, you got extra letters in there that shouldn't be.
Some of them are silent. You don't even know because it's not in your country.
What is it? I before C, except for E. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Uneducated.
The R is silent.
But that's what I'm. Anytime we get Brazilian names, we're like,
yeah, yo,
you're like,
you should be fucking with me, bro.
Amanda, Reeb. Like
it's like nah, that's Spanish, bro. I'm gonna read it in Spanish because I can't read it.
It's difficult, man, but shout out to them, I guess. Gage Young beat Thiago Moises via decision.
Thiago.
I feel like there's not really much on that one. I feel like that one was an okay scrap.
Yeah.
That was all right. It's all right. Yeah, that's pretty much, honestly, that for the most part, I think the biggest story on that card, honestly, was just Gilbert Burns retiring. As much as it was a story of Mike Malott making his way and breaking in to contendership, I feel like it really was that.
Celebration for Canada.
It was. I think that they had the first event in Canada was that card because they what did they go? They go Montreal. I feel like they've been to Vancouver.
Must have been Toronto.
I don't know if they've been in Toronto. I feel like I don't remember them going to Toronto. They got to check in with Drake.
Yeah, right.
They got to make sure they got to tap in.
It's crazy to think that like
Winnipeg was not where I thought at all they were going
to be. Sorry.
What is that from?
That's Cameron.
All right, wait. Shout out Cameron.
Yeah.
Friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the main story of that card was honestly Gilbert Burns retiring and Mike Malott breaking into the top 15. Like I said, everything in its grandmother was a great card. Like it was phenomenal fights all around. But for the most part, that's the biggest stories. And now let's move into this weekend. We have UFC Sterling versus Zalal. Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal goes down this Saturday. Man, I don't know who I want to win because I've been watching Yusuf Zalal for a minute now, and his return back into the UFC has been very exciting. But Aljamain Sterling, man, I want him to get a title shot. Like,
I was a fan of his, and
when people was hating, when he was here in Boston and everybody was chanting for O'Malley, I was going for Aljamain Sterling.
And it's just like, finally.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like one of those people, it reminds me of like Sarukian or something, like where you just kind of like getting blackballed or something like that.
I think it's one of those things of
get him a fight. Goddamn.
The UFC just doesn't like you for whatever reason, and they just put you in this kind of category where they're kind of like starving you out.
I don't think he's like not exciting like that to that extent. Were you gonna freaking?
I wouldn't say I'd put him fully in that category because he is somebody that goes for the finish. Like I feel like
he's had some good fights.
He has. I feel like for the most part, I think of Aljamain Sterling because like the biggest gripe everybody has is the grappling. But I think when I think of him and his grappling, I think it's usually like let him get a hold of you, and within a minute he's gonna find his way to your back, and his at least one arm is gonna be around your neck. Like that's pretty exciting to me.
Yeah.
I feel like if you work with that level of efficiency, we're in somewhere. Even if it's 60 seconds, granted, the rounds are 5 minutes, so 60 seconds is a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
I feel like within 60 seconds, if you're able to get I don't know, man, so your opponent's calf all the way to around their neck, that's pretty impressive. So, like, that's the more exciting part. If you're working for a finish and you have somebody in a compromised position and you're trying to submit them, most people are going to be cheering and exciting for it, waiting for the finish. But if you're just kind of like holding somebody down just for the sake of holding them down, that's when you get the boos. And I don't think Aljamain Sterling's that kind of guy.
Getting the booze?
Getting the booze for sure. Getting the booze 110%. But I think that people just hated on him. Like, I think that it just became a thing just to hate on him. You know when Like the you think so? You think so?
And all the people in the UFC.
You think that's the reason? To the audio only listeners.
He's getting blackballed. What I mean.
But Derek Lewis made his way to the White House off of Trumpo's call.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Off of a phone call.
He does seem like how do I put this?
That is actually one thing we didn't bring up. Off of the win of Josh Hokett, he gets rewarded with a Derek Lewis fight at the White House.
Crazy.
Nuts. Dana White was like, we're not adding shit. And Donald Trump was like, why isn't my boy on this card? He's like, you right. Why isn't he on this card? Yeah. Looks over at McMaynard. Get Derek Lewis on the phone.
Derek Lewis is definitely see, I can't say that either. All right.
There's so much of this in the Patreon. We're going to get Ario's real thoughts on all these fighters because he has so far he's like, YouTube is going to take down this video if I just start talking. So let me relax myself.
Yeah.
You're like, next episode. We'll see. All right, bet. Going back. Aljamain Sterling, Yusuf Zalal. This is going to be, I think, a contender fight. Right now, what we're looking at, 145 has some interesting people in the top 5, but for the most part, people that have already challenged for a belt or have already lost to Volkanovski, and at this point, we're not trying to see that no more. Right. I think 145 at this point is trying to find some contenders that they feel like they can put forward that are fresh faces. Hence why we had the whole thing with Lerone Murphy and Movsar Evloev. I almost forgot his name. That's how this guy is.
I feel like the UFC is in a space right now where it's like, it's time for new.
It's growing pains. Right now is what it is. You have a weird issue where, like, not only are the older generation of fighters not able to kind of compete or hold up as well with some of the younger guys, but the younger guys, not all of them are as exciting or as well or as able to build a name for themselves as the older generation. Yeah. So where these guys are leaving, you don't really have replacements.
Yeah.
You kind of have a bunch of guys that you're like, all right.
I say, well, who are you guys?
Yeah.
Say, oh, who the fuck is... What's it, Weibo?
Ebo Biernowski. He's fighting again. You got another fight announced. Now I know the last name, so every time I see him, I'm like, Weibo.
Yo, bro.
Oh, man. But yeah, in this one you got, so now you got Movsar Evloev who's going to go for a title shot, but then after that you got Diego Lopez who already got his shot. You got Lerone Murphy who just lost to Movsar, so maybe he gets another fight and potentially gets back into the title shot picture.
I think Diego Lopez has gotten enough shots.
He's gotten enough shots. But then you know who else has also gotten enough shots? Yair Rodriguez, who's sitting at number 4. And then with that, you have Aljamain Sterling who's sitting at 5 and Yusuf Zalal who's sitting at 7, who with him at 7, it's a hot streak that guy is on. Like it is
wins,
smoking people to get to that belt. So I feel like off a win of an Aljamain Sterling,
who's been inactive for a little bit.
Who's been inactive for a little bit. He could either get a title shot or maybe they have him fight like a Lerone Murphy or even a Yair, and then from there, let's see if he can get past one of those guys and then maybe gets the title shot. I think Lerone Murphy deserves another shot at like a contendership. I think that he deserves a big name also for the fight. The only issue is a lot of these guys, like, do they deserve a title shot?
Who did Lerone Murphy just fight?
Movsar. So Movsar just beat him because remember that was the fight where they were going winner basically gets a title shot at that point.
That was a good fight.
But then there's also talks of Gene Silva sneaking his way into a title shot because he's sitting right now at number 6.
Nerds.
So I don't know, man. 145 is weird. You have a lot of guys at the top that at this point you're like you could probably move them down a little bit further. But then like I was saying, you have some guys that are in that middle that should take their spots. You're like, I don't know if you necessarily are ready for all that.
Yeah, like they're not ready for the top.
Because you also have to remember, number 1, sitting there with the belt, Volkanovski.
But that's why these gatekeepers be gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? A lot of these new people be coming into the UFC and they just not getting no dubs because these old niggas just won't leave. Bro, they've been like experienced getting freaking dubs. They just know what they're doing out there. They're not rattled by the energy of any of these fights.
No.
They just...
get knocked out by a Neil Magny.
You're like, fuck, man. I had dreams of being being UFC champion. I got Neil Magny not letting me freaking pass him in the rankings.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's tricky when you have these guys where you're like, that's why whenever I make my picks, I go back and forth with the Mike Malott and Gilbert Burns. I went with Gilbert Burns because I felt like Gilbert Burns, to me, is still somebody who can contend for a title with the skill, technique, and the power that the guy still holds on to. Like, again,
compared to a lot of fighters that retire, he retired better than most.
Most, for sure. In terms of, like, output still in there, 100%. Yeah. I will say, that being said, for now, he retired on a 5-fight losing skid. That being said, look at the names that he fought, though.
Yeah, he'd be fighting.
He's going up
some studs.
That's what I'm saying. One of those 4 losses is Hamza in that war. But look at that fight. So that's where you're like, man, he can still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, UFC, let's go down to Brazil. Let's give him some bum and let him get a W and then give him the nice, beautiful video package. Thank you, Gilbert. Yeah. Send him on his way. That's how you should do it with these guys. Be like, no, don't fucking put your gloves down. We're gonna hook you up.
You should have told me before.
Yeah, I understand you're mad right now, and I know you thought you were gonna win this one. I understand, but we're gonna hook you up in about 6 months.
We're gonna make this a thing.
Yeah. At this point, especially with a guy like Gilbert Burns, who's like, yo, he's made you pay-per-view money. Like,
he's main event.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's 100%.
It's been a long time since the main event retired. Since Dustin, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, these random guys have been, like I was saying.
Jose Aldo was no freaking
Michael Chiesa, I'll do respect, bro. Ain't no main event.
Right.
Ain't no main event. Nico Price retired, and like I said, no one said anything.
Yeah, I still forgot.
Nico Price, all due respect, ain't no main event.
They ain't giving no.
He ain't no pre-lit main event either.
They ain't giving no video or nothing, bro.
Nothing. Not a damn thing. To be fair, like I said, if you don't give them notice, I totally understand why the production staff doesn't have something ready for you.
Yeah.
They're not just, you know how fucked up it is to be like, they're like, let's make this because it's any day now. Like, any day now, he's gone.
I didn't know I had to let y'all know.
No, bro, you got to let them know so they can do a whole thing. If anything, what they'll do is, because most likely they'll invite him to an event at some point, and then they'll play him the package. Or if he decides to fully retire and they get the commitment, maybe next year we get the Hall of Fame Gilbert Burns for being in a lot of really insane fights.
Yeah, man.
So who knows? And then you'll get the package and the whole setup. Shout out Gilbert. Shout out Olberg, as you said it. Yeah, I feel like, damn, that's actually really sad to think about. Nico Price really they're like, get the fuck up out of here. They really were like, yo, you're good, bro. You're good.
One at a time, bro. Get in line.
One at a time.
But that's his fault, too. Why are you going to retire when the other guy's retiring?
Bro, because you lost again. Like, you know, sometimes you just get pissed and you're like, I'm taking these gloves. I don't even want them no more. Like, you know, you just get to that point.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, you're not, like, you see them celebrating this guy's retirement.
I will say this in his...
it's my turn. In
his defense, I understand the anger, but also against Nico Price, the entire week they've been talking about Michael is going to retire. Michael's going to retire. This is it. This is his last fight. You knew damn well you should have put those gloves down then. But at the same time, when else are you going to be able to do it in the octagon? Because it's like, do I do it now or do I sign up for another possible ass whooping and then do it then? Like, I don't know, man.
Just do it outside of the UFC, like outside of the ring.
I think, I'm going to be honest with you, if he did it any other time, I think he would have gotten a little bit more recognition because I really think he got swept under the rug hard.
Yeah,
like hard. Like I had to find out through some deep sources that they were like, "Did you know Nico Price also retired?" I'd be like, "Really? I had no idea." Like
I didn't know until you said it.
On his burner Twitter, he's probably like, "Yeah, guys, I gave up the gloves." Like who knows, man? But he really, apparently, he did. I don't know. It'd be really funny to see if they just never bring it up. Like,
they never even put the camera on it.
No, I don't even think they did.
I don't remember them putting no camera on.
I don't know if
his gloves on the middle of the.
They show Chiesa's gloves in the middle, and then in the corner, you just see the ref like kind of kicking Nico's over to the side.
Like, they like rush past his face, like right to the.
They just show him doing this, like taking the gloves. They're just like, all right, man. Next thing, that'd be mad funny. No respect given to him. Honestly, they got to do better with these fighters when they retire, man. I understand that some of them go out on bad losses, and like UFC just like doesn't care to put the effort into there. But I
barely cared about this.
But my thing is,
now I gotta give him a ring.
When you're a name that's been there for a minute, like you've been there for a minute, dog. Like, you got to give him something, bro. I don't know, man. All right, next up, we got Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez. This is going to be one that's just an absolute scrap. Straight up war. For me, Rafa Garcia is one of those guys that, like, anytime they have, like, a card where they need somebody to come on here and just really put on an entertaining fight, may not be the biggest name, but in terms of fan favorite, Rafa Garcia is going to be one of them. Alexander Hernandez is somebody who's been there for a long time. Very skillful. Someone who I feel like is the gatekeeper who beats the contender, but has never able to move up. I don't know what this guy's problem is, but he's an exciting fighter. I'll tell you right now, he's definitely ruined plenty of my parlays, and it has definitely ruined plenty of my picks when I've been like, nah, this guy's the next big deal. And then he faces Alexander Hernandez. Next thing you know, Alexander Hernandez has him folded like a pretzel paws, and he has no idea what the hell to do with that. So who knows, man? I think that was going to be a very entertaining fight. I think it's a good co-main. Davey Grant versus Adrian Luna Martinetti. That's an insane name. I wonder if he's... I got to look into that one. I feel like I just looked up the name and I didn't look up whether he's from like here or somewhere else. I feel like
that sounded
Luna Martinetti. That one is one I butchered because I was not prepared for the double last name. I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be his UFC debut after his Contender Series win. So I'm intrigued to see how he does against a legend like a Davey Grant.
That's what I'm saying. The gatekeeper.
Davey Grant's a scrapper, bro.
There's no way this guy.
Davey Grant is somebody.
Everybody that comes into the UFC never develops because they get the ass whooped.
No.
The first fight.
Because the thing is,
just not
you
ready,
know what it is I think that the young and hungry guys come in and they're like, I'm worried about the Islam Makhachevs and the Ilya Toporias, and they're not worried about the number 14 ranked guy who's been ranked number 14, 13, and 15 for the last 7 years for a reason. Like, you have not been able to kick this guy out because, man, he will never move up, but you ain't not moving him down. Like, you can come up to him, and unless you fight somebody around him, if you go to him, you're not beating him. I think it's so funny because there are those guys that are gatekeepers that really just stay there, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, we talk about it all the time. I think at this point he's kind of found himself. Dominic Reyes is, but like honestly, like a Kevin Holland, I feel like he's somehow
Kevin Holland's last fight.
He could be a contender, man. But he won't lock in.
What if he made a run now?
We'll see.
Bro, that was a good fight.
It was a great fight. Kevin Holland's a savage, but he just doesn't lock in.
I was impressed.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were gonna lose this one.
For me, Kevin Holland right now, all due respect, he's in the gatekeeper spot because I haven't seen the consistency from him for me to be like, nah, he's champion. I think he has every tool in the belt to do it. But
the crowd is always going.
He leaves the tool belt at home, and that's the problem. That's where I have my issue with him.
Sometimes he's just like, it's like he's sparring in there.
It's every motivational movie from the '90s where the adult has all the faith that the child has every aspiration in life to be great, and he goes on the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? Like every time, you're just like, damn. That's kind of where I'm at with Kevin Holland, where I'm like, I need you to do better. Because he does crazy shit like that, and you're like, you're amazing. And then he gets into another fight. And he's like, nah, I know that you're one of the best strikers in the world.
And he was so good defensively.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, every tool in the belt, Kevin Holland is built to be a champion.
Yeah.
He has everything that it takes. Granted, some situations he finds himself in, for example, like fighting Hamzat on a last-minute notice. Totally get it. Not great for your career. Great for your paycheck. Great for the bank account. Not great for your career. So moves like that, obviously not all the time is he doing stuff like that, taking these random short-notice fights. But I will say, like, sometimes he's not fighting very smart. Like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, he decided to just stand up and strike with him. Bro, you're good at wrestling. You got jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Take that kickboxer down. He's doing karate. There's no wooden blocks in this octagon. Take him down. What are you doing? Like, nah. I get where
he likes to like just scrap with him.
But then that's what makes him a fan favorite. So you see where I'm torn? This is why I'm a fan. I love the
random roundhouse kicks.
Exactly. I love the nonsense, but at the same time, I'm like, lock in. So I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird with him. I feel like there's a lot of guys like that where I'm like, man, you have so many skills and you could do it, but sometimes you're like, but the fans cheer when I punch him in the face, not when I grapple. And it's like, I get it, man. But he punches way better than you do.
I know.
And I don't know what to tell you. Curtis Blades, Josh Okit. Curtis Blades is a wrestler. What are we doing? What are we doing? Whatever, man. What was I talking about? Davey Grant? Yeah, Davey Grant was the Adrian guy. That's what it was.
Versus the Adrian guy.
Adrian Luna Martinelli.
Oh, yeah.
It's his debut. That's where we were. I had to recall to get back to where we were at.
Was that co-main?
No, that's like the third fight down.
Oh, sorry.
No, you good. Aljamain Sterling, main event. Co-main event, Rafa Garcia versus... there you go. Alexander Hernandez. Then we got Davey Grant versus Adrian Luna Martinelli. By the way, if you guys can tell, when there isn't a pay-per-view with stacked names, this is difficult. If you can see this right here, it's difficult. This is difficult. Well, this is what I'm saying when it comes to some of these fights. Like, listen, you're not going to get banger name after banger name, but you're going to get some crazy scraps. So when I tell you...
They're going to be scraps, though.
If I'm sitting here and Ariel's looking at me glossed over because he has no idea who the hell Adrian Luna Martinelli is, and I'm telling him I watched this Contender Series fight at 3 a.m. 4 weeks ago. Lock into this one. You better lock in. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm telling you, it's going to be a scrap. Yeah. That's me. I feel like I got to give you if I'm going to be the one up. By the way, there's a card coming up soon that's in Australia that the prelims start at 4 in the morning. Woo! And the main card starts at 7 a.m.
That's here, like 4 in the morning here?
4 in the morning here. Oh, so I'm going to make the Bustelo, right? I'm going to have it ready. I'm going to have it ready. Melvin, you're bringing Bagel World. Shout out Bagel World, not a sponsor. Yeah. We're going to figure it out. We're going to come together as a collective. Bro. Ariel.
Get these fights.
You know what you're bringing.
Yes, sir.
I think that we definitely gotta do something different because, like, I know that I signed up for earlier fights. I didn't know I was signed up for 4 a.m.
4 a.m. is crazy.
4 a.m. is crazy.
All I wanted was like a little...
If it means that the fighters can fight at peak performance, because this is the this name messes me up.
Let's get it. We got this.
Jack Della Maddalena, JDM for short. Yeah. JDM versus Carlos Pratas fight. It's that one. That one's gonna be at 4 a.m. here, and the main card is gonna start at 7 a.m. That's if it's for that, if they're fighting at a normal time that makes them feel safe, and makes them feel energetic, and I get an absolute amazing fight, you got me up at 9 a.m. or whatever for the main event to start.
Yeah, man. I think that's
reasonable.
I might miss a couple fights.
You're not getting up at no 4 a.m., bro. I'll tell you that right now.
Couple fights.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm usually up at like 5.
I will say this. I always say that, like, the degenerates are the ones that are staying up, or not staying up, that they're up from, like, the early prelims all the way to the main event. So you're sitting on the couch from, like, 6 p.m. Or I guess now...
I just really got to roll over and, like...
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'll probably fall back asleep and wake up at the main event.
If I consider a degenerate to be 5 p.m. to now, I guess it's what, midnight is when the main event ends at this point. If you're on the couch from 5 p.m. to main event is around, like, midnight or so, I consider that to be a degenerate. If you're up at 4 a.m. talking about I'm trying to watch these early prelims, you got a problem. Yeah. I'm going to be up at 4 a.m. watching these early prelims.
Yeah, right?
I have a problem. And admitting it is the first step.
There's nothing wrong with getting up at 4 a.m.
There's a lot wrong with that one, bro.
Getting your day started early, as everybody should.
4 a.m. is insane. That's that Mark Wahlberg where he's just like, no, I have 3 days in one day, bro. I get up and I have my first workout from 4 to 5, and then I go and I have breakfast, and I have my second workout from 6 to 10. You know, like, I can't do that,
bro. That's like, think about it. The older we get, if you meet older people, they be getting up freaking 3 in the morning.
Yeah, but they go to bed at 6 p.m. We all do the same thing. We just shift around when we're at. You know, like,
I'm telling you. We're going to end up being those 4 a.m. I'm at 5 a.m. right now.
When we're recording these episodes, when we're 87, and we're recording these episodes at what? We'll give it 8:34 a.m. I'm with it. I'm with it.
All right. Yeah.
I'm with an early morning pod.
I'm going to be 4 a.m. ready for these fights.
Ready for these
Yo, bro.
Sitting there, just there, wipe the cold out your eye, just... Cafe Bustelo in hand, just feet up.
That's all you need, bro.
I'll take
it.
Strong.
Like,
I'll take it. Yeah. I wonder what time it's going to be over there, because I feel like they're
That's what I've been trying to do that math the whole time.
I don't know. Australia's all the way over there. We're on the East Coast. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work.
12 hours away? I don't even know the freaking...
No, that's too far. Because the thing, I feel like you gotta do way too much mental math. I don't even know.
I'm not doing it.
Someone in the comments put it in there. Is it 18 hours away? Is it 13 hours away? It's something like that. They're on the other side of the world. Is it tomorrow over there right now?
It's literally 9 a.m. right now.
Sure. Oh, they added a fight, or they moved one up actually. All right, so I skipped one. My bad. So all right. Main event, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. Co-main event, Norma Dumont versus Jocelyn Edwards actually got moved up. I thought that this one was going to be on the prelims. Shout out to Jocelyn Edwards. Shout out to my friend Maria. I always let her know she's a Panamanian fighter. Not a lot on the UFC roster. So anytime I see when they're like in the cut, there's like some random country that only has like 1 or 2 fighters, I feel like they got to get a shout out. So shout out to Jocelyn Edwards fighting out of Panama. She takes on Norma Dumont. This is number 11 going for number 3. So let's see if we can get a title contender out of a Panamanian. That'd be dope. I'm just gonna bullet through these real quick, guys.
Yeah.
Rafa Garcia versus Alexander Hernandez at lightweight. Like I said, that one's gonna be an absolute scrap. Davey Grant versus Adrian Luna Martinetti, fighting out of Ecuador. Actually, I thought he was over here Italian out of the last name Martinetti. I don't know. At bantamweight, again a scrap. If you guys don't know, Davey Grant fighting out of England. That bro, he will broken jaw, still going. Like I'm telling you. The BMF is reserved for the bigger names, but Davey Grant, he wanted that.
That's a Peaky Blinder.
He wanted, low key. Montel Jackson versus Raoni Barcelos at bantamweight. Montel Jackson, another guy sitting at number 14. He's about to take on someone who's unranked. Let's see if he can hold that to the number 14 spot. I do not know because last time I watched Montel Jackson, he's looking all right, but I don't know, man. I feel like he's not somebody that I see holding on to that spot for very long. So these gatekeepers, let's see if you can earn your gatekeeper spot, I guess, which is weird to say because normally you should kind of maintain it, but we'll see. And then we got Marcus Buchecha versus Ryan Spann at heavyweight bout. This is interesting because I thought Ryan Spann was already ranked or still ranked, but I guess he's unranked right now. And then Marcus Buchecha is a big jiu-jitsu guy who I guess like came out of the jiu-jitsu world into the UFC and has not really performed the way people have expected him to. Ryan Spann, if you don't remember him, huge heavyweight, terrible Superman tattoo on the chest.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, see, you would think the Superman tattoo would get you, but yeah, worst tattoo I've ever seen in my life. or honestly, that and from Jamal Hill.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. They're
bro?
both pretty bad to me.
I forgot about those.
And then let's see. Every other thing on here, man. Let me tell you.
I'm hoping, like,
it's all right.
Let me know whenever there's a card and I don't know anybody. Those are the ones I'm trying to watch.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. You definitely don't know Talita Alensar versus Julia Pilastri. You would know no Max Griffin versus Victor Valenzuela. You know nothing about that. You know no Francis Marshall versus no Lucas Brennan. I bet you don't know Jafel Fijo versus Cody Durden.
This sounds like the best card ever.
You do know Mayra Buena Silva because the last time she fought, I remember she had that giant gash on her head and they had to like stop the fight. Versus Michelle Montauk. By the way, what a fall. Mayra Buena Silva recently, as last year, was fighting for a title and now she's on the early prelims of a fight night. What a way to go.
Hey, you know, some of those, if you ain't a known name in those divisions.
You know who I think you would have the best time looking into their career and their activities in and out of the octagon?
Okay.
Because I would love to hear your opinion on him. Cedricus Dumas. Cedricus Dumas. You've seen him before.
I know Cedricus.
Yeah. I think you would have the funniest time looking into Cedricus Dumas.
Where, he from Atlanta?
I don't know, man. I just work here. It's like my 3rd day out here, bro. I don't know. All right.
Cedricus.
The only other thing I really had to go over, honestly, was just this Netflix card that's coming up with Ronda Rousey right now. And I think that Ronda Rousey has been the biggest promoter of the entire card. And I'm intrigued to see where it goes. Recently, we had the press conference where she had some very interesting things to say about Kayla Harrison. So I wonder if that's something that possibly could be in the mix. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get that Ronda Rousey back into the UFC. I feel like we have a lot of situations where people are now trying to poach UFC fighters to leave and go fight outside of there.
I think it's like, I don't know how she tricked Netflix and all these other people that make people think that she, like, mattered.
I think that she. Well, I'm gonna be.
That's what I was trying not to do.
I get what you mean. I was gonna say
how she finesse these motherfuckers to throw a bag.
So
on
I was
actually
but straight up, I was gonna answer your question. I think genuinely, like that's how good of a talker she is. Like if we're being genuine, like one of Ronda Rousey's best attributes when it came to like building her name was she got that like Conor McGregor style of talking shit. Like she really does, bro. I don't know if you watched the fucking promo she cut on Dana White alone, talking shit about the UFC, but then she cut another one recently, like I brought up about Kayla Harrison. Yo, she does well. I see why the UFC was like, no, I think you can transfer over here, and I think you do well. Give her a mic. She does well. She does very well.
She reminds me like a WWE, like.
She did it for a minute.
You could, like, yeah, she did.
I think that was really that, bro. I think she walked into those Netflix offices and she was like, yo, listen. Because I really wondered, like, did MVP really go, you know what's going to sell? Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. Like, this is going to be one of the biggest.
I've ever heard of Shorty.
So this Gina Carano, well, if you didn't know, you've definitely seen her before if you watched The Mandalorian.
Oh.
Yep.
Shorty.
So yeah, so this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that this was a situation where the UFC, or not the UFC, where MVP necessarily came to and was like, this is one of the biggest fights we want to put on. I can tell you right now, they could probably think of bigger stars to get on there.
Build the card.
I'll tell you right now.
We're going to have Francis Ngannou as a co-main under Ronda Rousey.
Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Also under
Ronda Rousey. Kind of pull she got up there.
I'm telling you, man. She's got away with words.
She was really like, I didn't hear about her for a long time after WWE.
Yeah, man. She just disappeared. Well, not really like that. She has her things going on, but I mean, if you're not in one of these major organizations, like, what really are you doing? Like, you have to find something where you have a voice out there. And unless you're able to do something like a Demetrius Johnson, where you go from being Mighty Mouse and then you pivot into the YouTube channel, or like, I don't really know. And even then, you're still kind of in the MMA space because that's what your content is about. With a Ronda Rousey, once you step out of the UFC, you go into the WWE, and then you leave, and you're kind of in this weird situation where you're burned from both. Like what do? You go back to fighting.
Bitter as hell. Like,
right?
She's so like.
Every time I see a video from her, I'm like, yo, I can tell you are not the most fun to work with.
I don't like her character at all. I can tell I wouldn't like her in real life.
It sells though, man. I don't know. It's a weird thing, like when you have somebody who you're like, I kind of want to see you get punched in the face. Like, I don't know. That's a weird energy to have, but I'm gonna tune in. I'll tell you that right now. I feel like I watched Ronda Rousey's end of her career, and it was her getting her ass whooped. But then I did go back to watch the highlights of seeing the dominance that it was. That being said,
she was good at judo.
She was good at judo, and she did go up against a lot of people that just did not know what the fuck was going on. And
judo? What's
if
this?
you go up against somebody and you know something that they don't, you have the upper hand. So I feel like, I'm not saying that her career wasn't impressive. It really was, but
Kayla Harrison would whoop her ass.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Kayla Harrison's like post-surgery, bro. Every time I see that, like, bro, I see that, like, slit across her throat from the surgery. Bro, when I found out they were like, we had to get to the back, but to get to the back, we had to get to the front. I'm like, I didn't know you could go through the front. What do you mean spine surgery through the front?
It's crazy.
It's nuts, bro. Anyway, this has been another episode of... You gotta find it out some way. You gotta find it out some way.
Yeah.
That's bad funny, but true. To go through the back, you gotta go to the front. Pause. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Uneducated MMA. As always, please like, share, subscribe, comment, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all social media. I feel like I'm all over the place. At some point, I will make a TikTok. I don't know, man.
Spotify.
Someone add me on WeChat. I don't know, man. Let's see. Shout out to 806 The Show. Shout out to A Vibe Entertainment. Everybody tap into For Your Entertainment on the 806 YouTube channel. Sure. If you guys don't know, we're about to roll out. I think we're on like episode 3. We're working on episode 4. Pretty much, if you like fandom and you want to get into anything revolving superhero movies, TV shows, we're going to talk anime. We're going to talk about cartoons, all kinds of random nerdy stuff. Get on that. Cool. We're expanding the network. It's going to be dope. In terms of Uneducated MMA, as always, we will be back with more content every other week. At this point, I think we'll probably be back in the studio like next week or something like that. We got UFC 328 coming up soon, so you'll get your preview on that one. Other than that, I have been Wanderbread. This has been the BMF champion of the world, and we are out. Peace. DJ, play my music.